So in the second part of the tutorial, we will be focusing on basics of Numpy. So to follow along this tutorial, you can either use Jupyter Notebook or on Google Colab. That is your choice, but here I am using the Google Colab. So just head over to Google and type Google Colab and click on collab.google. So after that, just click on new notebook. So wait for a few seconds, it's loading. So after the notebook is loaded, so let's give a name to our notebook. So let's give NumPy basics. So just click on connect here. So wait for a few seconds, it will allocate random virtual memory and disk. So it's initializing. Okay, now it is connected. So let's import our NumPy library. So to run in Google Colab, just click on the play icon here, or you can press shift to plus enter. As you can see, this shell is now executed. So first of all, we will discuss what is NumPy. So NumPy is a Python library that stands for numerical Python. So it's primarily working with arrays. An array is like a list, but it can store more data and allow us to perform more mathematical operations efficiently. So to create an array in NumPy, we use the array function from the NumPy library. So we need to pass a list or tuple or any array like object to this array function, and this will convert it into a NumPy array. So let's see an example to understand this further. So array equal to np dot array of 1 comma 2 comma 4 comma 5. So let's print the array variable and also print the data type of array. As you can see, we have created our very first NumPy array. So it belongs to class ND array. Here we are created the NumPy array from passing a list. We can also create an array from a tuple also. So tuple array equal to np dot array of, just pass it tuple here. So 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. So just print the tuple array and also print the data type of this tuple array. As you can see, both these are same. It also belongs to class ND array. So we can create NumPy arrays in two ways. You can either create from a list or you can create from a tuple. So let us now discuss the dimensions available in NumPy. So first let us discuss the zero dimension array. So to explain zero dimension array in simple terms, just imagine a box where you put a single item into that box. So that's a zero dimension array. So it's like a single value in a container. So that's the zero dimension array, or we can say it is a scalar. So to create the zero dimension array, we pass a single value to the array function. So just create our zero dimension array now. So array of, so we're going to pass a single value. So let's pass 32 and see the type of this array here. As you can see, it also belongs to class ND array. So after that, we will discuss one dimensional array. So to explain the one dimensional array, imagine a row of boxes. In each box, you can put a single value. So that's the one dimensional array. So it's like having a putting zero dimensional array in side by side. So let us now see how to create the one dimensional array. So array of np dot array of, so we will pass the one dimensional values in an list or tuple format. So inside the list, just pass the values. So let us now print the array. As you can see, it prints the values 1 up to 5. Now let us discuss the two-dimensional array. So imagine a table with rows and columns where each cell can hold the data. So that's precisely what a two-dimensional array is. It's a collection of rows and columns. So let us now see how to create a two-dimensional array in Numpy. So array equal to np dot. So it is nested inside the list or tuple. So inside this list we pass another list. So this is one row and this is another row. So let us now print and see what happens. So let's print array. As you can see, it's a collection of rows and columns. So this is the first row and this is the second row. So yeah, this is how we create an array in Numpy. So to conclude that we create a Numpy array using the array function from the Numpy library. So just pass an list or a tuple or any array-like object to the array function. It will convert that into a Numpy array. So now let's see how to verify the dimension of the array. As you can see, this is a two-dimensional array, but we can verify using the ndim attribute. So using this ndim attribute, it will display the dimension of that array. As you can see, it says 2. So this is a two-dimensional array. We can also use this in this one-dimensional array also. So just print the array.ndim. As you can see, it says 1. So this is a one-dimensional array. So next we will discuss the array accessing. So let us now see how to access the individual element from the array. So indexing in NumPy starts at 0, just like in most programming languages. So the first element has index 0 and the second element has index value 1 and the third element has index value 2 and the fourth element has index value 3 and so on. So to access the element in a NumPy, we use the square bracket. Inside the square bracket, just pass the element's index value in which you want to access. So if I want to access the first element, so I just pass the 0 inside the square bracket. So let's run now and see what happens. As you can see, it gives me the value 1. So let us see another example. So in this case, I'm accessing the second element. So that's why I have passed the index value 1. So if I run it now, as you can see, second element equal to 2. You can also perform an addition or subtraction or multiplication or division, all the arithmetic operations on the NumPy elements. As you can see, so I am performing addition operation on the element at the second index and the element at the third index. So the sum would be, so 3 plus 4 would give me the 7. So let's see and what it gives us. As you can see, it gives the sum value 7. So let us now move on to how to access an element from the two-dimensional array. So for this you need to pass two values. So one for the column and another one for the row. So the first one would be the column. So you need to specify which column. So in this case I am accessing the element of the first row and second column. So this is the row 1. So that's why I pass the first value as 0 and on the second column. So for the second column I just enter the value 1. So this is the first row and this is the second column. So this will give me the value 2. So let's run it now. As you can see, the element present at first row and second column is 2. So let's see another example. So let's now fetch the element present at second row and fifth column. So we are accessing the second row. This is here. So that's why I have passed 1 and the fifth column. So this has index value 0 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will give us the value 10. As you can see, it returns value 10. So let's now move on to how to access element from the three-dimensional array. So you need to pass three values. So first one is for the first dimension and second value is for the second dimension and the third value is for the element. So I am accessing the element at the first array. So inside that array I am accessing the second array. So inside that array I am accessing the third element. I know this is confusing. So first of all, before this, let's print our array to see how it looks. So let's close our parenthesis here. As you can see the element at first array. So this is our first array. So inside the first array I am accessing the second array. So this is the second array. So inside this array I am accessing the third element. So the third element would be 6. So that's why for accessing this whole array I am giving the index value 0. So inside this array I need to access the second array. So that's why I have give the index value 1. So in this array I need to access the last element. So that's why I have given value 2. So that's why it returns the value 6 here. So this is how we access an element from the one dimension array, two dimension array and three dimension array. So next we will discuss is array slicing. So slicing means extracting specific portion of an array. So the syntax will look something like this. You mention the start index and also the end index. So it will extract the elements between those intervals. So let us see an example to understand this further. As you can see we have this array. So I want the elements from the index 1 up to index 5. So this is the index value 1 element. So I need these 4 elements. So to perform the slicing operator we use the colon here. As you can see I want the element from index value 1 up to index value 5. But 5 is not included here. You need to understand it. So it is very important 5 is not included. The end index is always n minus 1. That is the element is not included. So if we run this we will get the output as these 4 elements. As you can see it starts from index value 1 and up to index value 5, but 5 is the 50 index value element is 6, but 6 is not included. So that's why we got these 4 elements here. So let us see another example to understand this further. So in this example I haven't mentioned the end index. So that means it will start from the beginning and it will go to the end of the array. So it will start from this and it will go to the end. So this is the output we got. So let's see another example. So in this example I haven't mentioned the start index. So it will begin from the start of the array. So it will begin from this and it will go up to this. So we will get these first 4 elements. So let us now discuss the negative slicing in array. So the last element is always having the index value minus 1 and this element is having minus 2 and this is minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 and so on. So you get the idea, right? The last element is minus 1. So I want the element from index 3 and up to index 1, that is minus 3. So this element has minus 3. So this is minus 2 and this is minus 1. So we will get these 3 elements if I run this. So let's run now. As you can see I get these 2 values because as I mentioned, so I mentioned earlier the end index is not included. So that's why I get these 2 values here only. So you can also mention the step value as third argument here. So in this case I want the elements between index value 1 and 5 with the interval of 2. So if I run this now, as you can see I get the values 2 and 4 only. So this is the array we want to slice. So inside this array I want the elements with the step value of 1. So that's why I got this value here 2 and 4. So next is you can also slice on 2-dimensional array. So you need to pass 2 values, one for the rows and one for the column. So this will return index value 2 from the both arrays. As you can see this is one array and this is another array. So it will return 3 and 8. So this is the second index from the both arrays. So let's run now and see what happens. As you can see, it gives us 3 and 8. So this is how we slice an array using the slicing operators. So let us now move on to the next topic.